Hello guitarists. Thank God for another day. Welcome to Jazz Music and Lessons. Today we are going to be treating a very important topic, jazz improvisation. Jazz improvisation. This is the foundation of jazz. It's a music based on improvisation. A music played on stage where the instrumentalist is the composer. While on stage, you create your own ideas. You create your own version of that particular music. So for you to be able to do that, you must be very good at your instrument. You must have mastered your improvisation skills. So today I'm going to be taking you through the journey of improvisation, but this class is very elaborate, so we are going to be treating this bit by bit, from simple to intermediate to the very difficult, which means the professional level. So before you become very good at improvisation, there are some basic things you have to know. You have to master your notes. You have to know how they function. You have to know how notes are used to create certain feelings, how to resolve your notes. So this brings us to the concept of tension and resolution. The human ears find sound very interesting when there are various changes, movement from various levels to the other. So this is why when you are playing your instrument or a musical piece, you tend to change notes. If you dwell on one set of notes for too long, it becomes boring. So you cannot, that music will become less interesting to the ears. So constantly changing your notes, taking them to higher levels, bringing them back to lower levels, altering your arrangements makes it very interesting to the ear. So you play with your notes. That's why we say we play music. So the concept of tension and resolution comes in when your notes or the set of notes or the phrases you are playing or the lines tends to be balanced. It creates a relaxing feeling or mood. Then when it seems to be destabilized, it creates tension, a feeling of unrest, a feeling of moving somewhere but not there yet. So that's where the concept of tension and resolution comes in. You use some set of notes to create a relaxed feeling. Use some set of notes to create a feeling of unrest. So in music, you have to know the set of notes you combine. You create a feeling of rest. Then moving away from rest, what set of notes can you use to create that feeling? How can you arrange them? Then you don't just remain in that feeling of unrest. You want to still come back because the ear likes going up, coming back. So that is rest, unrest, tension, away from home. So there are various levels of tension. That's what brings us in jazz to the concept of 2 5s, 2 5 1. The 2 and the 5s, they are used to create unrest, but the 5 has more tension than the 2. While the 1 is used to create the feeling of home. So when you are the 1, you are at rest at home. The 2, you are moving away from home gradually. The 5, further away from home, which is tense, then back to the 1. So it's like here, you rise up more, then you fall back down. So that's the concept of 2 5 1. Away from home, higher away from home, which brings you back to home. So in music, when you create a level of unrest, raise it very high, it uplifts the listener's sense of music, makes him find it very interesting. Then when you come back home, it relaxes the mind. So jazz toys with this idea of creating rest and unrest. Then in jazz, sometimes we don't come back home immediately. We make the journey longer. We get from home, get to a 2, a 5, get another set of 2, 5 in succession like that. Then we come back home. Sometimes we can take a short journey, we come back home. Sometimes we make the journey longer, we come back home. So that's the concept of 2, 5, 1. There are various types of 2, 5, 1, and there are various ways they are related. So in our next class, which I will say, this is the introduction. In our next class, which I will say is lesson number 1, we are going to look at the concept of the 2-5 elaborately. We are going to look at our notes, the scales we can use, how we can pick certain notes out of the scale to form our 2s, our 5s, and our 1s. Because in the musical scales I like using, they are not very much, and I don't use them the way people usually use them, like trying to use the scale just to run around the scale like lines and trying to create lines from that scale in particular. But I pick notes out of the scale to form certain groups. I work with the chromatic scale, the diminished scale, then the whole tone scale. These 3 scales, from these 3 scales you can derive the 2s, the 5s, and the 1s, and you can determine how they move. So in our next class, we are going to treat this concept better. So see you. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow my Jazz Guitar Lesson page, like and share, so that I will be able to do more lessons for you. These lessons are free, so when you visit my page, I will be dropping them one after the other, and you can also drop your comments and your questions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.